I get a lot of questions about improving balance on snow, so much so that I am making a 4-part series on just how to do that. See, what you'll find is by working on core stability, power, strength, and then finally by doing very specific ski balance drills, you are going to have an easier time staying balanced once you're on snow. And today we are talking about the second item on that list, power training. Now, if you're new here, hello, my name is Alicia and this is WILDR Fitness. I am on a mission to empower 100,000 adventures outside, and I love coaching skiing every winter at my local ski hill, and I grew up skiing on the West Coast. Now, why would working on power help your balance? Well, power training helps you move quickly while staying precise with your movements. And that is going to build the connection between your brain and your muscles. That'll make your reaction time faster on snow, which leads to better balance in changing snow conditions. When it comes to developing power, I like to clear up a couple things with people first. The first thing is that you do not need to be an athlete to work on your speed and power. Moving quickly for you is going to help you develop those capabilities, and then you can use them out in the real world. The second thing is to start where you are at. So you can actually take many of the exercises you're already doing for strength training and tweak them to work on power by trying to do them slow and controlled on the way down and powerfully and quick on the way up. Then do them for a smaller number of reps for each set and take more rest. The best power development is seen at lifting about 60% max of your 1 rep max, so these do not have to be heavy movements in order to help you develop power. Now, when it comes to the exercises, I always start clients with an air squat top freeze. We're looking for precision of movement when we do this exercise. We want to build the skill of squatting with precision and then moving quickly on the way up into our tiptoe freeze. The depth you pick for starting your squat should be one that you feel really strong and confident in so that we can focus on moving quickly into our tiptoe position. And you want to maintain torso control when you're doing this, which just means we don't want to see our spine bending in all sorts of weird ways or our knees diving in like crazy while we're doing this drill. We want to move quickly on the way up before freezing in that tiptoe position. You'll notice we're focused on the quality of our movements here. We can progress this simply by trying to move upward more quickly, by holding that top position for a little longer, or if we still feel strong from a deeper starting position, we can start the squat from a lower spot. Once you feel confident and competent at the air squat top freeze, we can move into incorporating a downward component into our power training. That can look like a squat jump where I'm going down and then up into the air and landing. Or it can look like coming off of a short surface before completing my squat jump. There's a lot of overlap between power training and plyometrics, so I do have a plyometrics for skiing video that you can watch after this if you're interested in getting more into this topic. But once you are looking really strong at these, that's when I start suggesting single leg power training. Most of skiing, after all, has most of your weight on one leg through the turn. And I love doing them in a skater jump. I will get clients to pause after the last jump, and that really ties in some of that balance specific training that we're gonna talk about in a couple videos. When you start doing your skater jumps, try starting with an artificially short distance and height for jumping. This is just gonna help you make the balance easier and get a hang of the movement. Then, as you get better at these, first try and increase the height of your jump. So I'm not gonna necessarily try and go farther, I'm just gonna try and go higher, landing on that outside foot to outside foot. And when I land, I want the knee to stay stable. You could even film yourself or get a friend to watch. We want to be patterning the glutes working to stabilize the knee when I land, not letting that knee dive in. After I've gotten higher, then I can try and go farther with my jumps. Always trying to stick that final jumps landing. And you might remember from my last video that I talked about how important a solid core is to balance on snow. You can add some extra core engagement here by banding some of these jumps the way that we banded our air squats and step back lunges in our core video. It does not take much resistance to greatly increase your core engagement. And as much as power training and core stability are going to help you on snow, the lowest hanging fruit for most people when it comes to improving balance is strength training. A simple strength training protocol can increase your balance in as little as 2 weeks. So I want to show you those exercises next, and they are in the next video in this series. Like I mentioned in the last video, we do have an 8-week online pre-ski season program. You can get on the wait list for that or do our skier quiz through the links in the description. Otherwise, I hope you have a wilder week, and we will chat with you guys soon.